Amelia stood alone at the entrance of the old graveyard, where her late grandmother was buried. The sun was setting, casting eerie shadows over the tombstones. As she approached her grandmother's resting place, an unsettling coldness enveloped her, seeping through her clothes and chilling her to the bone. The wind whispered through the gnarled branches of the ancient trees, their creaking sounding like eerie laughter, welcoming her to this realm of the deceased. As Amelia knelt to pay her respects, a whisper echoed through the air, sending shivers down her spine. She turned around but saw no one. The whispering continued, now louder and more insistent, as if pleading for something she couldn't comprehend. Panic gripped her heart and she hurried to leave, but her path seemed to twist and elongate, leading her deeper into the graveyard, away from the safety of the entrance. With each step, the night seemed to grow darker, the moon's glow obscured by thick, ominous clouds. The tombstones loomed like silent sentinels, and the air felt heavy with the weight of countless souls. Amelia's mind played tricks on her as she thought she heard faint cries carried on the wind, the lamentations of those who had long passed. Amelia felt a spectral presence behind her, its icy breath grazing her neck. She tried to run, but her legs were like lead, and her body wouldn't respond. Fear rooted her to the spot as the ghostly figure materialized before her, a ghastly visage with hollow eyes and a malevolent smile that sent a paralyzing chill down her spine. The apparition seemed to be a tortured soul, bound to the graveyard and unable to find rest. "No one escapes my domain," the ghost hissed, its voice filled with anguish and rage. "You shall join me in eternal torment." Amelia's screams echoed through the graveyard as the ghost's cold skeletal hand reached for her, pulling her into the spectral realm. The world around her twisted and warped, and she found herself surrounded by other wailing spirits, all trapped in an eternal dance of suffering and despair. The tormented souls shared their stories with Amelia, tales of tragic deaths, unrequited loves, and lives cut short. They spoke of the darkness that lurked within the graveyard, the malevolent force that ensnared them, binding them to this unhallowed ground. As the nights passed, Amelia's spirit became one with the restless souls. Her once vibrant presence faded, and she wandered the graveyard as a spectral figure, lost in perpetual anguish. The world of the living became a distant memory, and the graveyard became her eternal home. The chilling tale of Amelia's encounter with the vengeful ghost spread through the town, deterring anyone from setting foot in the haunted graveyard after sundown. Visitors reported hearing mournful cries and witnessing eerie apparitions. The townspeople grew fearful of the place and warned their children never to venture near the graveyard, for the malevolent presence of Amelia and the ghostly figure that claimed her still roamed the grounds. And so, the old graveyard remained a place of sorrow and terror, its history forever intertwined with the tormented spirits trapped within its boundaries. Those who dared to approach after dark heard the chilling whispers of Amelia and the ghost, a haunting reminder of the price one must pay for treading upon the domain of the dead. And as long as the moon rose and the winds howled, the haunting presence of the graveyard endured, ensuring that no soul would ever rest in peace within its cursed confines.
Nathan, an artist seeking inspiration, wandered into the desolate graveyard. The full moon cast an eerie glow over the tombstones, setting the stage for his ominous encounter. As he sketched the decrepit surroundings, an unsettling feeling washed over him, and he had the sensation of being watched, eyes boring into his back like 1,000 needles. Days passed, and Nathan noticed a mysterious figure lingering in the shadows wherever he went. He caught glimpses of the person's face, pale, emotionless, and unsettlingly familiar. Fear clutched his heart as he realized it was the face of a long-deceased relative, his great-grandfather, who had died under mysterious circumstances. The stalking intensified, driving Nathan to the brink of madness. Every night, he heard faint footsteps outside his window, and chilling whispers taunted him in the darkness, whispering secrets from the past. Sleep eluded him, and his mind slowly unraveled as he began to doubt his own sanity. In a desperate attempt to escape the malevolent stalker, Nathan fled to another town, but the ominous figure persisted, always one step behind him. The haunting presence followed him relentlessly, haunting his every waking moment. He sought the help of spiritualists and paranormal experts, but none could rid him of the malevolent spirit haunting him. Nathan's art, once vibrant and full of life, turned into dark, macabre imagery, reflecting his torment. He fearing for his life and the lives of those around him. The ghostly figure seemed to be feeding off his fear, growing stronger with each passing day. As Nathan delved deeper into the mystery of his great-grandfather's past, he unearthed dark family secrets. His ancestor had dabbled in occult practices, seeking power beyond the realm of the living. Rumors of a cursed artifact emerged, said to hold the key to unimaginable power. Some believed that his great-grandfather's death was no accident but a sacrifice gone wrong, unleashing a malevolent force upon the family. Haunted by the chilling knowledge, Nathan realized that the Malevolent Stalker was not just any spirit, but a vengeful entity bound to his family's dark history. The figure sought retribution for the sins of the past, and Nathan's presence had awakened the long-dormant curse. Determined to break free from the relentless pursuit, Nathan embarked on a perilous quest to find the cursed artifact and destroy it. Armed with newfound knowledge, and accompanied by a few brave souls willing to help, he returned to the town where it all began. The graveyard loomed before them, an ominous sentinel guarding the secrets of the past. As they ventured into the heart of the graveyard, the Malevolent Stalker's presence grew stronger, manifesting in chilling apparitions and eerie sounds that echoed through the night. They reached an ancient mausoleum, rumored to be the resting place of the cursed artifact. Inside, they confronted the malevolent spirit, the air thick with tension and fear. Nathan, driven by desperation and determination, faced the vengeful figure. With an incantation learned from ancient tomes, Nathan attempted to banish the Malevolent Stalker back to the realm of the dead. The ritual crackled with power, the very fabric of reality trembling as the malevolent force resisted.
If you're enjoying the video, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot and I appreciate the support. Now back to the video.
At the moment of reckoning, the ghostly figure hesitated, its eyes showing a flicker of recognition. In that fleeting moment, Nathan saw a glimpse of his great-grandfather, not as a malevolent stalker, but as a tormented soul trapped in a cycle of vengeance. With empathy and understanding, Nathan reached out to the spirit, seeking forgiveness and offering solace for the tormented soul's eternal pain. The malevolent stalker wavered, torn between its malevolence and the possibility of release. In an ethereal whisper, the spirit revealed the burden it had carried for generations, its rage fueled by an unending thirst for justice. In that moment of revelation and redemption, Nathan pledged to break the cycle of darkness, to confront the sins of the past, and seek redemption for his family. With the artifact's destruction and the malevolent stalker's release, the graveyard fell silent, the malevolence that had plagued Nathan dissipating like fog at dawn. The haunting presence that had tormented him for so long was finally at rest. Nathan emerged from the graveyard, forever changed by the ordeal. He no longer feared the darkness that once haunted him, but embraced it, channeling it into his art. His creations now spoke of hope and redemption, a testament to the transformative power of facing one's demons. As the years passed, Nathan became a renowned artist, his work admired for its depth and emotional resonance. His journey through the darkness had awakened a new understanding of life, death, and the human spirit's capacity to heal. He became an advocate for mental health, using his art to raise awareness and inspire others to confront their inner shadows. The legend of Nathan's encounter with the Malevolent Stalker spread far and wide, becoming a cautionary tale of the consequences of seeking power beyond one's grasp and the redemption that can be found through empathy and self-discovery. And so, the old graveyard continued to stand as a testament to the past, a place where lost souls and dark secrets resided. But in the heart of the town, a beacon of hope emerged, carrying the story of a man who faced the darkness within and emerged stronger, forever breaking the curse that once bound his family to the Malevolent Stalker.
One member of the group, Lisa, had always been fascinated by the supernatural. As the others screamed and fought, she stood her ground, her eyes locking with the demons. In that moment, a strange connection formed between them, an unspoken understanding of the pain that had brought them to this juncture. Lisa's courage and willingness to confront her fears intrigued the demon. It sensed a glimmer of vulnerability in her, a deep-rooted pain she had tried to bury within. The malevolent force recognized her as the one worthy of its attention, the one whose spirit would be ripe for its malefic designs. In an eerie twist, the demon reached out to Lisa with a cold, clawed hand, offering her a choice that seemed almost too tempting to resist. It promised her unimaginable power, the ability to bend reality to her will and conquer her own demons. But such power came at a steep price: the souls of her companions. Lisa hesitated, torn between her desire for power and the moral compass that guided her actions. As she struggled with her decision, the demon's grip tightened on the other members of the group, their cries of terror reaching a fever pitch. In a moment of clarity, Lisa realized that power gained through darkness would only perpetuate suffering and despair. With a determined resolve, she chose a different path, relinquishing her ambition for power and reaching within herself for a different strength, the strength to show mercy and compassion. With a newfound sense of purpose, Lisa channeled the courage to face the demon directly, imploring it to release her friends. She offered herself as a sacrifice, willing to trade her own soul to spare the others. The malevolent force, intrigued by this act of selflessness, considered her proposition.
In a display of supernatural might, the demon vanished, leaving the group bewildered and shaken. Lisa's sacrifice had moved the malevolent entity, revealing a glimmer of humanity within its dark heart. In sparing the group, it had seen a reflection of its own pain and the consequences of its malevolence. As the sun rose on that fateful night, the group emerged from the graveyard, forever changed by their encounter with the malevolent demon. Lisa's selflessness had not only saved them, but had also stirred something within the malefic force that resided in the haunted graveyard. In the aftermath of their ordeal, the group vowed never to speak of the demon again, for they understood the delicate balance that held its malevolence at bay. They went their separate ways, carrying the weight of that chilling night with them for the rest of their lives. In the heart of the haunted graveyard, the demon's presence endured, but its malevolence had waned. It became a guardian of sorts, its gaze haunting but no longer malevolent. The demon had found a semblance of peace through Lisa's act of compassion, a glimmer of hope that redemption might one day be possible. And so the cursed graveyard remained a place of dark legends and chilling tales, but it also became a reminder of the complex interplay between light and darkness, cruelty and compassion. Those who ventured near the graveyard could feel the malevolent force's eyes upon them, a constant reminder of the malevolence that lurked within humanity's own hearts. In the town's folklore, Lisa's sacrifice became a story of hope, an example of how even in the face of darkness, a single act of compassion could alter the course of fate. The haunted graveyard, once a place of unfathomable terror, held a glimmer of light, forever connected to the courageous heart of a young woman who had dared to show mercy to a malevolent demon.